to Joe in Chicago. Joe, what's happening?
Not too much. Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I got a question for you, Bobby.
Go ahead.
I was watching your Bear Grylls episode last night. That was absolutely crazy. At any point during filming, did you ever want to back down from what you were about to do?
What was interesting about the show is that by far I was the least famous person on the season. So I went in going, man, I really have to prove myself. Now, that thought goes away when you have to do things that really scare you. But they're really smart about the process of the show because you start doing things that aren't super crazy. Like we went down this really slick rock and it was pretty steep, but it wasn't what happened at the end of the show. So they kept escalating. Everything we kept doing kept getting bigger and bigger where it wasn't ever a humongous jump, but two things away, you'd be like, holy crap, that was crazy. So I never wanted to back out until I got to the very last cliff with the waterfall, which was straight down. We tied a rope to a tree and just went down this water. And Bear goes, this tray can hold 10 men. And I'm like, well, I don't want one man, me hanging off this tree.
Mm-hmm.
I was so scared. I was more scared to do that than I was to skydive. Because at one point, Bear Grylls said, hey, listen, as long as you hold on to this rope, you're good. Because I was the only one on my rope as I was going down the cliff. I was the one doing my entire rope. Because as long as you hold on to it, you're not going to die. You're perfect. You're safe. But I was like, but what if I let go? When I skydived, I was with somebody else. Yeah. And they'd done it 1,000 times. And I was like, I'll just jump and be scared. And then it wasn't that scary. The whole time we went down that cliff, I was scared to death.
How tight were you gripping that rope?
Eddie, so much so that when I got to the bottom, I promise, and I'm being literal, I had to take my finger and peel my fingers off the rope because I was squeezing it so hard all the way down. It was the most scared I've ever been in my life going down that cliff. My legs were shaking where it felt like I was a cartoon. Because you know how you see people's legs go wah, 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 in and out? My legs felt like they were doing that. And they said, how do you feel? And the clip they used me last night was going, I get paid to say things. I got nothing to say. And then away we went. So I never was going to back out, but that was the most scared I've ever been in my entire life.
Wow.
But I felt like
absolutely crazy.
I had something to prove to the show. I had something to prove to myself. I had something to show people. So we did it. But I was proud of that show last night. And that's not something I often say. That was really one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
Oh, it's one of the coolest things I've ever watched you do. And I've watched you do a lot of cool things.
I was getting a lot of love about how not weenie I am, when that's not the case most of the time. People are like, people can never say you're a weenie again after doing this.
Right.
Well, they can, and they will, and they should. And I even said it last night on one of the clips. I was like, it's time to be a man or a mouse. And most times, I'm a mouse. But for a brief second, I was a man. So it was thrilling to do, crazy to watch. I got anxiety watching again last night because I remember how I felt going into it. It kind of triggered a few things. But it was just a wonderful experience. And everything that Bear Grylls looks like on that show, as nice as he is that plus. Just so warm and welcoming. The other really cool thing about Bear Grylls, who has done the show for seasons and goes all over the world, is he doesn't know really who any celebrity is. Because he's in all these countries. He says he'll go and I think he does one in Japan. He does one in the East, like Japan or Korea. And he's like, I don't know them. He goes, but if they're good people, I bond with them.
Yeah.
And we just go out as humans.
Yeah. What's his, does he have kids or? Oh, okay.
And on his Instagram, they're always doing Daredevil stuff.
The kids
that's
are.
awesome.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, yeah, loved it. It was on Nat Geo last night. You can probably find it on demand. I have a couple clips. Here is Bear Grylls last night on What I Embody. This is at the end of the show last night, I think.
Bobby Bones, in so many ways, I think, embodies the American dream. A man who's had to overcome so much in his life to reach the top. Number one, Bobby Bones refuses ever to complain. Number two, whenever he falls down, he gets back up. And number three, his whole life and reason for living is to help other people and make other people's lives better. And those are three great qualities in a survivor.
The second thing he said at a point. What was one of the second ones? What was one of the things he said? At a point.
Now I lost it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You never complain, and then
Fell down.
If you fall
that's what it
down,
is. I literally fell down. I was jumping over that icy water, and I wiped out. They showed it.
Yeah, they showed it.
Like I didn't quite make it, and then I went boom and tumbled. Then luckily Bear fell later. He was like, oh, this is not gonna work. So I didn't feel like a total dope.
Yeah.
I definitely fell down.
I love the way he says, Bobby Bones.
Bobby Bones he embodies the wimpiest man. Oh, he didn't say that. This is me talking about that. I might be the wimpiest person to ever be on this show. I just want to give you guys a heads up. It's basically Urkel takes the wild. That's what we're doing right now. Get some stretches in. My biggest fear is heights, and danger, and rocks, and water, and outside, and cold. So I'm pretty good. I'm in the perfect environment for facing every one of my... Oh, and commitment. But unless they're going to put a girl out here and say, marry her, I'm good on that one.
Funny.
I LOL'd at that part.
Yeah, there's definitely funny parts.
There was.
I mean, yeah.
man.
Again, I'm watching it going, hey, that's a pretty good job. I did a pretty good job.
You did.
I don't remember any of that happening because I was just cold and scared. We go and we find this rotted sheep. And then luckily, I know how to clean an animal. Growing up in Arkansas and hunting, I was okay with the cleaning part of it. But it was the top part of it that had been rotted. And the bottom part of it was still pretty fresh because it had been under cold water. And so I'm cleaning the back end of it. And the bear's like, we're going to get the tongue. We'll eat that later. And so then we go to set up camp. And then we eat the tongue. I'm looking forward to dinner. I know you're like dead sheep, you know, gross. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm starving. Maybe sheep tongue only sounds good when you have had nothing to eat all day. That was pretty good. I mean, I would eat the whole thing. Yeah. That was good. Yeah, it wasn't weird. It was like any other meat that you just find and cook on an open fire. It was weird seeing and cutting, but once it's in your bag, all meat's basically the same. Here's the reaction when we're gonna go down this big cliff because when I looked over the edge, my heart went into my throat. It felt like it was one of those like, oh man, I can't believe we're.
Yeah, and I mean at this point you cannot back out.
I'm not gonna back out, but for the first time I thought, can we not fake this?
Right.
Because nothing on the show was faked. But I thought, is there any way we could like manipulate camera tricks?
Come on, guys, showbiz.
I've seen the Avengers. I know this stuff's not all real, but it was.
So look, this is where it drops off.
Wait, we're going down that?
Eventually, that's our way out. We just need to find somewhere to tie it off to, and then we're gonna do it side by side.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I get paid to say things. I got nothing to say. I didn't want to look off the cliff, and now they want me to climb down the cliff. A lot of listeners were tagging me in their Instagram stories, and I just appreciate the support. I really do, and I tried to watch all of them, and I'm just grateful. And I talked about the listeners on that show last night, just how grateful I am for the people that let us do what we do. Some text questions. Do you have health tests that you take? I did. They put heart EKGs all over me. I had to do fitness stuff just because they don't want to get you into a place and you can't get out.
Right.
And there was climbing and a lot of physical, and I'm in good shape. But yes, they want to make sure that you can actually physically get in and out. Let's see. Do you have to take health tests? Who goes back and gets the ropes? Well, that rope thing,
Good question.
we climb back up. You see us climbing back up. So we tied the ropes, and then when you see us like going back up that hill, we're going back to get all the ropes.
Oh, you have to get them
I mean,
all.
and because that one rope seems
Because we
so
didn't have a
long.
big crew with us. It wasn't like there was a team. There
you
were.
can't leave the ropes for the next people that want to do that?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Because then what if you need the rope
Oh,
again
yeah.
as a
Well, the rope was like 600 feet long.
Yeah.
But no, when we're going up at the end, we're going back up to get the ropes.
Okay.
And a lot of people were asking about the helicopter because at the end, you just see this clip in. I'm standing on the side of a helicopter, and we just go flying off the side. So scary, but I was so tired.
Yeah.
And my adrenaline had been up and down from going off that cliff that I was just like, if I die, whatever.
Yeah.
At least we got it on tape.
It's good. It's a good theory there.
But in my mind, that's what I was thinking. I was so tired. Maxie in Arkansas, you're on the show. How are you, Maxie?
I'm good. I just want to tell you, I watched your show last night, and I usually don't watch Bear Grylls, but, how inspirational you are. I grew up in Hot Springs, and I don't know if you remember, but when I was in 8th grade, I shadowed you at KLAZ, me and my friend Heather, which was like 16 years ago.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I haven't stopped talking about it. A lot of days I come in with the show, I'm like,
Is this who you talk about?
Yeah.
Her and Heather.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Yep.
Yeah, she was in 8th grade.
Yes, Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's just really cool. Mom's passed away now, but she would be so proud of you. I don't know. She always had a knack for people, and she knew that you were really great. And,
Oh, that's
I
nice.
don't know, just a big inspiration. And all my friends like you DJ'd our middle school dance, too.
I did?
And so, yes.
I used to
you
do
did.
sound and
After
light
we-
shows. I'm telling you. I would go and I would get there 3-4 hours early, and I had these 2 sticks, and I would put lights on each edge of the stick. Then I would set up 2 CD players and a mini disc player.
Attaboy.
And I would hang the speakers, and then I would do sound and light shows. It's how I made $40 for the night, and I was set. I was so pumped because I would do my little DJ radio shows, and on the weekends I would go do sound and light shows to 8th grade dances, junior high dances, old folks homes, and I'd be like, all right, everybody, here's It's Your Love from Tim and Faith. Get out there, but leave a little room for the Holy Ghost. You know? Yeah. Oh, Maxie, I appreciate that call. It's very nice of you to say.
Yes, and we're just so proud of you and thankful. I'm raising my husband's cousin, and he's been through a similar situation. He doesn't know his dad, and his mom's just not in the picture right now. And so you're inspirational to our family.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hope you have an awesome day, and really, thank you for the call. And boy, what a trip down the old time highway right there. Wow. Here's one other clip. Here with me, this is a clip of me opening up about, don't remember having this conversation. It's crazy. All I don't remember because it was like boom, boom, boom. I do remember Bear and I talking about my life, and here I am talking about my childhood.
Like, I do stand up so I can feel loved. Because for me, I never had that as a kid. But I'm glad. You know what's funny is I look back now at my circumstances as a kid, and a lot of people could feel sorry for the way they grew up. I'm so grateful for the difficulties that I had growing up.
So, yeah, there you go. Listen, I'm very happy with it. You won't hear me say that very often about things that I do, but I'm very happy with the show, and I'm very grateful that a lot of you guys watched and posted me. I haven't seen any ratings on it. I'm probably not going to pull a Channing Tatum number, but I'm never that guy. You know, if there's one thing that we are together is we're the little guy. We're the underdog, and I appreciate you supporting me in that journey. So there we go. Here's the text. What were you wearing? All the clothes that I have on, they gave me as soon as I got there. I had to fly in it took me like a day to get there, like 20 hours.
Oh, okay. They gave them to you. I was like, oh, look at Bobby. He went to REI or something.
I said, what do I bring? And they said, well, it depends on the weather. Because it was like 34 degrees, and it was raining the whole time. Mm-hmm. And all those clothes, as soon as I got to my room, they were like, put your clothes on, we got to go. Because I was like half a day late because of all the delays on flights. And so it was everything, boots, socks, all the way up to the hardest part of the show, except for the cliff, was my glasses. It was raining the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And keeping them on through all the climbing, running, jumping, and then the wet of just the glasses without a glasses cleaner was tough. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I'm doing that thing like, because I can't see because my glasses are soaked.
Yeah.
So.
Did you keep the clothes? You still have them?
Oh, yeah. I got to keep whatever I wanted.
Oh, cool.
I didn't have really, because I won't. Here's the thing about me. I travel a lot. I will not check a bag. Ever.
You were going like around the world and you didn't check a bag?
I will not check a bag. I don't care where I'm going or for how long I'm going. I'm not going to check a bag.
I mean, I know that part.
I'll make pants last for a week if I have to.
Okay.
And so I didn't have enough room in my luggage to get back. Mike D's laughing. Hey, Mike D, you've traveled with me a whole lot. Why are you laughing at that?
Because I do that now too. I can't check a bag because of you.
Oh, when he travels, I'm like, no bag checks.
You're not. It's like not allowed, which now I guess it's true. You have kind of trained us to be carry-on people.
You mean efficient? Do you mean on time and efficient?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this morning too. Nobody on this show is ever late anymore, ever. As respect to each other, no one is ever late on this show.
This is true.
Love it. It gives me pride that my kids are doing good.
Thanks, Dad.
Even when my kids are older than me, Eddie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I am older than you, but
Shout out.
Thank you.
All right. If you guys have calls, you can. We'll move off of this. I just am very grateful and appreciative that I get to do what I do. And that show was just a wonderful experience. And I'm very thankful to Courtney, the president of Nat Geo, for putting me on the show, to Bear, to you guys, the listeners. Amy was posting on her Instagram story all leading up to it, that people to turn it on. It's the little Morgan number 2 set up and live tweeted it last night. It's the little things like that that I'm super appreciative of. So that's all.
It's a Bobby Bones show.